All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Listen Up Santa Paula.
Yeah.
We are approaching Memorial Day,
Yes.
and it is me, James, and yours truly, John.
Yes.
And we're here to enlighten you on everything that's going on in Santa Paula.
Yep.
But we're going to only do it after this.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
There's so much going on in your community that even in this age of information, it's tough to keep up. This show will help. It's all about what's new, what's happening, and what's out there. So if you're ready, sit back and listen up, Santa Paula.
I don't know about you.
Wow.
Wow.
A great way to start.
Wow, what happened?
Oh, my goodness.
I was going to say, I don't know about you, but I'm ready.
Yeah, I am too.
But I guess I'm not ready. I probably need to
take a swig of something.
embark.
There you go.
This might be like vodka. You never know what's
It's
in
probably
these
what your
things, but
voice got
yeah.
all out of whack.
I'm afraid if I drink something in here, I'm going to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
So I am officially a bachelor.
I heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only temporarily, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the next 3 months.
So what are you going to do?
You know, I'm probably just going to work.
Revert back to your old days?
Yeah, it's like, I stayed all day long in Bakersfield working on a website for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then they invited me over for dinner. So I went and had dinner, and I got home at 9:00. The house was completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
My dog was beside himself.
Yeah.
Like, I thought everybody left me.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm like hallucinating at night. I wake up in the middle of the night, and it's like I either see Julie or I see someone standing at the door. And the first night or the first morning, I swear Julie came to the door and said, "Hey, babe, it's time to get up."
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
I got some serious therapy going on
There's some
here.
issues there.
Yeah,
Big
some
issues.
serious psychological issues.
Or she just got that spell cast hard on you and just
It's something.
from far away, she's just sending these messages to you.
Something. I don't know. I actually I was doing an MC gig,
Okay.
and the people that we were doing it for all knew us and everything. So I said, so Julie's going away for 3 months, and so party at my house on Friday. And then I went, okay, when I said Julie was going away for 3 months, how many of you thought prison? Raise your hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
because doesn't it sound like, oh, somebody must have got a DUI or something?
Yeah, she's spent a little time somewhere else right now.
So
You're all choked up. You talking
I
about
am.
this? Wow.
I still got that cough. You don't have the cough right now.
I haven't had it for a while, thank God.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I still got it. How long did it last?
Me? Oh God, 3 months
Okay,
maybe.
I probably still have another month or so.
Yeah. It's at least 10, 12 weeks.
So our daughter-in-law, who is 28 years old, ended up suffering a small stroke, and they found a tumor on her heart, and so they're going to be doing open heart surgery on Friday, and so Julie is back in Virginia, and she's going to help take care of the baby and take care of her.
Yeah.
And so who's taking care of me? That's what I want to know.
Or I think we've talked about where we all rank on the totem pole as the men of the house. You know, you got, the wives. Now it's like the grandkids, and then it's our kids, the dog, the other any other pets, and then we're on the bottom there. You know, although we are important, but just the ranking.
Yeah.
You know? Every once in a while we move ahead of the pets, but
I get it.
yeah. So where you're probably ranking on the bottom right now.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have a ranking at this point. So,
But it's they know you're okay.
yeah.
They know you can take care of yourself most of the time.
Well, I was talking with a couple of people, and I'm like, when I was in front of that group, I said, I'm going to need like a surrogate because somebody's got to do my laundry and cook my food, and I'm going to die.
Well, food's an easy one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much complication
No,
to
peanut
that.
butter and toast and chocolate milk for the next 3 months.
Exactly. You can buy those frozen peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that just defrost. You're good there. Milk,
Peanut butter and toast.
Just no jelly, right? Oh, just peanut butter toast.
Yeah, peanut butter and toast, dipped in chocolate milk.
All right.
Oh, and my grandson Julie was out. It's been out there. So I get a text from Jacob, and he's like, Jackson had his first peanut butter sandwich and chocolate milk, and I said, please tell me he dipped it. And he replied back, and he said, of course he did.
Yeah, kids dip everything.
Yeah. So we're all dippers.
He's taken after his grandpa.
Yep.
Nice.
And Jacob was in boot camp. I think about 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was in boot camp, he had toast and peanut butter with chocolate milk, and he was dipping it. And a sergeant walks by, and he's like, Landine, what are you doing?
That's against the code there. Yeah. Wow.
It's like, I'm eating fast, Sergeant.
Oh, my God. Well, so you don't have to worry about food. I think you got that
Yeah,
covered.
I'm probably okay.
The rest of it, I can't help you.
That Doritos, I think I'm fine.
Doritos dunked in chocolate milk.
You
tried that?
I haven't. No, I always chase it down with chocolate milk.
Oh, there you go. So, all right, you'll survive.
I will. I will. I'll probably lose some weight.
Or you'll gain weight.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Julie does monitor you.
I'll have all that crap.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Anyway, so that's what's happening in my life.
Yeah,
and
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything works out fine.
Yeah.
Which it will.
I'm the doctors all said she's young and she's otherwise reasonably healthy.
Yeah.
So, and the interesting thing is the stroke that she had was a cognitive part of her brain, but the doctor said because she's so young, her brain will just rewire itself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that happens.
Yep. So, apparently the rewiring doesn't work in us older people.
No, it just shorts
out. Yeah.
But anyway, we'll plug along here.
Yeah. So we have our film festival coming up in July 25th through the 28th. Depending on how many submissions, it might be shorter on the days, but hopefully that proves to be successful.
Yeah.
First year is always the toughest. But we have the Citrus Music Festival coming up before that.
Yeah, that's June 29th and 30th.
And all the bands and everything are all lined up?
Everything's lined up. We have English music on Saturday with a lot of local bands, Santa Paula-based bands, and we have our headliners Full Clip that's headlines our events before. They're a fun band, good band. They're a fun band. They got a huge following, so it's always a good time with them. And then Sunday, we're partnering with one of the radio stations, and they're with Lasso Radio, and they're going to bring in a whole crew of entertainment for us.
Oh,
so there'll be bandas, there'll be mariachis, you name it. They're gonna bring their whole crew. So
nice.
Sunday's gonna be all Mexican music. We did that a few years ago when we had our event at the old Kmart lot, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
So which one did you find had the most attendance?
The Sunday.
Yeah.
The Sunday one was the most attended. Because our festival last time was 3 days, and we're shortening it to 2 days this year. And what we did on Sunday with attendance and everything was what we did the 2 days prior combined.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
Because it was more of a family day, on Sunday, because people were off work, especially when, a lot of it has to do with a lot of our farm working community and a lot of our other, Latino-based businesses that might be closed that day. And even just the community in general come out and listen to some great Mexican music.
Yeah.
And so, but we found out it was more of a family atmosphere on that Sunday. And, so it was really cool. We learned a lot from that. Saturday was kind of more the couples and some family out there, but it was more just coming out and enjoying more of an evening thing.
Right.
And this is the Sunday was more of like a family festival type thing.
So how what's the Spanish population in Santa Paula?
We're between 75 and 80%.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with the homes, the new homes that are being built,
Mhm.
is that being populated? Do we know?
Not really sure yet. I mean,
So-
I know there's a percentage of it, but I don't know what the percentage is on it.
Okay.
But overall, the overall population is predominantly Spanish,
Right.
Latino based. So yeah, so we're trying to come up with an event that one supports our local entertainment, and then also it helps support our community. It helps
Right.
our community give us our community something to do. That's the same weekend as the X Games in Ventura, but it's a different clientele. It's a different crowd,
Right.
So people that will come to ours will not go over there. I mean, they might go check it out, but they're not the crowd that's going to do the X Games. That's a different crowd.
Right.
So we're giving an alternative, and we've done that before. We've been on the same days as certain events, and we still do fine. It's just we try and do something different. So there's an option. Go to the X Games, great. Go do your thing, and then come visit us. Kind of thing.
Now, is this a free event or is it a ticketed event?
It's a ticketed event, and we're charging $5 entry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And what about vendors? Are there going to be vendors there?
vendors? We're going to have probably about 40 vendors. We have food trucks that are going to be there. We're trying to get some kids stuff. We're working with the city right now to try and get possibly getting some of their stuff that they do at the parks. If not, we're going to bring in some other people. We're looking at doing a smaller cornhole tournament using a couple of our Santa Paula cornhole baggers who's been a member with us. We're reaching out to them to see if they, maybe they can help support that too. So we're still in the works on all that stuff right now.
I should see if Jared wants to go out and do balloon animals.
Yeah, that'd be great too.
You just do them based on tips because he
Yeah.
does pretty well that way.
Yeah, and then so we're trying to keep it more community based and get some. The food trucks and stuff are tough because we can't do the traditional setting up booths and having like the Citrus Fest used to be was you would get like the church would come out and they would one of the churches would set up a booth and there'd be due to health department restrictions now we can't do these kind of things like that. They have to go through different channels now. So what we do is we're recruiting more food truck based stuff that's more that fits the criteria and it's easier to manage for us as well.
And those are always good.
Oh yeah. And that we're bringing in some of the food trucks that have worked with us in the past. So we're gonna have a variety of food. We're working with a few companies to help support we're gonna have like a whole beverage station too. So we're doing that stuff. So we're probably about 50-60% set up already. The bulk of it comes the last couple weeks, as you know, of any event. So, but we're going to provide a great event. I mean, it's $5. You come in, you're going to be able to enjoy some great entertainment. And then you have the opportunity to support a lot of local businesses the pop-up businesses there. And just have a good time.
Now, is there still openings for vendors or?
Yes, there's still openings for vendors.
So how do they go about that?
They can send go to send me an email at info@santapaulachamber.com. Send me some just send me a quick note and I'll pass it on to our events person and he will reach out to them and get them set up. So we're probably more than half full.
Okay.
So we're still reaching out we still need some more vendors there. So yeah, it's a work in progress. We've been working on this since January.
Nice.
And just the planning, and now we're getting down to now we got to really push. So after this holiday, we're going to do a 5-week push till the event, so we're 5 weeks out and you'll see a whole marketing blast coming out and stuff. But it's a good time. I mean, this will be the 4th time we've done it in the last 6 years. One we canceled due to COVID, and then the second one was last year because we had the county 150th party.
Right.
So this is our 4th annual, or not annual, but it's our 4th event. So, and we're trying to fine tune it, trying to get it better. It's been a little bit different every time.
Yeah.
We're not.
You always learn some things, and it's funny because you think after the first one, you're like, okay, so now we know what we got to do.
Yeah.
But then you do event number 2, and you go, okay, so we know what we want to do.
Yeah. Well, we've done it twice on Main Street. the first two we did on Main Street, and then we moved it to the old Kmart lot, and we expanded it, and then now we're moving it to a little smaller facility, a little more confined, makes it a little bit better for us at Veterans Park. So we'll learn from that.
I think Veterans Park is going to be great.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of town. It's within walking distance for probably 60%, 70% of our community. Where a Kmart lot, it was far from everybody.
Yeah, everybody had to drive.
But we're smack in the middle of town. It's going to help support our businesses downtown. They can go, come spend a little bit of time with us. We'll wristband them. They can come back later for some other entertainment. Go eat downtown. Go shop downtown. Go do what you got to do, and come back. Come back and enjoy it. So, but I mean, where else can you go for $5 and get good entertainment?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
So we try and keep it reasonable for everybody.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. I think Veterans is a kind of a great location to really showcase Santa Paula.
It used to be the home for the Citrus Festival back in the day, and then they moved it to Harding Park, where the Little League is, for a number of years because they expanded. They made it a bigger footprint, and then now we're bringing it back on a smaller scale. We don't have the big carnival rides like they used to and stuff like that, where the focus is more on the entertainment. Mm-hmm. And at some point maybe we might bring carnival rides back, but for now, we wanted to keep it smaller, just keep it a little more intimate. If the focus is on the entertainment and supporting businesses, so that's kind of what we're doing.
And with the new park that's opening, I mean, that's always a possibility too.
That's on the radar at some point, maybe moving it over there because it is a bigger footprint.
Yeah.
But that's something we'll see maybe in the future.
Yeah.
But we'll see how this goes in this year. This will be year 2 2 years in a row doing it at that park between the two events. So we'll see how it goes. It's funny because we were setting this up and we're using the exact same model that we learned last year. We are moving the stage. The stage will be more closer to City Hall facing north. So it's a little different configuration, but with the backdrop of being the SP in the background and all that stuff kind of thing. So, but everything else is pretty much the same. We're using all the same footprint and everything.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Cool. This
was an easy one. If you could say it's easy, but it was easy setting it up. The execution is the hard part.
Right.
But we're getting there. So
nice.
Yeah.
And so for the film festival, we're going to actually be doing it in different locations throughout the city. We may or may not do it at the Regency, depending on what kind of films we get.
Yeah.
But we will definitely have it scattered around so other businesses can take advantage of the festival being there and whatnot.
Yeah, we get 2 or 3 good locations we could do. If it's a smaller footprint, I'd rather we do it in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
and let's see what else is going on this. So we have obviously the 4th of July that will be coming before the film festival.
Yeah, and that's all set already. It's going to be a little different this year. It's a drone show.
Really?
Yes.
No fireworks.
No, it's going to be a drone show this year.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah, a lot of cities are starting to transition to that. Fireworks is, it's a lot riskier. It's not as safe as a drone show. It's maybe not the best for the environment too. That's always been a concern. So they're trying something different. They had a fireworks show set up, and it was in an article in the Santa Paula Times recently. And the company they were working with ended up dropping out. And so it's like March or April, and you're trying to find a new company for July. That's not easy to do when you plan a year out.
Oh yeah.
So they I guess the 4th of July fireworks committee, which Rotary helped support that. They started looking around. They did some research, and then they found this company that was willing to come in and do a drone show for us.
How many drones do you know?
I don't know. They said the number the other day. I don't remember.
It's got to be like a couple hundred.
I want to say it was 250 was a number that I heard, but maybe I might be wrong on that.
Oh, that is
so.
I spent on YouTube one day just going through a whole bunch of these, New Year's drone, and it looks so awesome.
Yeah,
and I can just imagine what it must look like live.
Well, and then the fact that you can customize it.
Yeah.
You know, and they were talking about even like for if you're a sponsor, they could put a sponsor's logo up there
Wow.
or whatever. They did the drone show last year in Ventura, didn't they? Was it for the X Games?
I don't know. I didn't
want to
see
say it
that.
was the X Games or one of them where they did a drone show downtown, I think it was, or something like that. But they did do one last year.
Never seen it live.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. You even look at some of the sports teams. I think they do drone shows now too. So it seems like it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have enough fireworks in the city anyway. There's people that do what they do. So this is one show that you'll see the after show that I'm sure that goes on in any community.
Oh yeah.
But it's something new, and if it works, I mean, that'll be great for the future.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited about that. I think that's gonna be really cool. I've always wanted to go see one live, and
yeah, I just I've never seen one live, so unfortunately I won't be around to watch this one. But
I'll be leaving your place early.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, but yeah, it'll be cool. It's something new for the city, and like I said, if it works, it's good to do for the future. For us too. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. And then
before that, though,
what?
We have the business roundtable.
Oh, that's coming up. Yes.
Yeah, that's on May 30th from 9 to about 10:30, and that's at the Glen Tavern. And we invite everybody to come. We usually have about maybe 20, 30 businesses that come in.
And it's really not just for businesses.
No, it's for anybody that wants to come in and learn about what's going on in the community. I'll give a quick presentation on what we're doing with the chamber and talk a little bit about events and stuff. And then the city will have deputy city manager will give a presentation. Then we'll have some department heads that'll do some presentations. And I think there's going to be an update on Harvard. And then we'll bring in somebody else if they're available from the outside that maybe provides some maybe business training opportunities and stuff. We've had like SCORE, we've had the EDC and stuff. So we're still working on a couple things, but for the most part, you've been to them. They're good, and then you get to interact with
networking is great.
The networking, you get to meet and talk with city staff that's right there, and they're willing to sit and answer any questions, and they're all in a room, so it's kind of cool. You can ask questions. City manager sometimes attends, and then and city council members are there. A few of them show up and also maybe speak a little bit, but it's really good. You get an opportunity to interact with several people that you may not always get to. So, and they're pretty accommodating too.
So we've been doing some enhancements to the Heritage Valley website.
Yep. And
as well as the Facebook page. So the Heritage Valley is now going to have its own series of Did You Know videos. Although they'll be probably like 15-minute short clips. Not necessarily video, 15 minutes, 15 seconds.
Ooh, that's like 15 minutes.
Short clips, yeah.
Way to lose our viewership there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
They'll be short,
Yeah.
15 minutes long. But no, they're kind of highlighting things that are going on within the valley.
Yeah.
And for the businesses that have events, now this is not to announce that it wouldn't necessarily be to announce like the roundtable, or if there's some sort of conference that you're doing or whatever it might be, or business meeting. Mm-hmm. It's more for if there's an activity that people can participate in.
Yeah.
So on the website, as well as on the homepage, you can go on the homepage. There's a link that says submit your event. You can also go to the events tab, and there's a link there as well as the calendar, and you can click on it, fill in all your information about your event. It will submit it, and then somebody will review it. Mm-hmm. And if it's approved, it will get posted. So we're trying to keep it to things that somebody from the outside would look at it and go, oh, that sounds cool. I'd like to go to that. And so it's, we're not trying to, announce
everything.
Yeah. Just things that are going to draw people into the community.
Yeah. It's tailored to people from outside our county or our area. And, they want to come spend the day in our area. It's like, well, what is there to do? Well, hey, there's cruise night downtown. There's 4th of July in Fillmore. They have a car show. We have fireworks shows, our drone shows now. We have our festivals. There's the first Sunday where we have different things. So where we can bring larger events that bring more people in the community. Because I know when we travel, I always go online and I look and see what kind of festival is there going on in the community and stuff, or what other bigger areas. Because you're always gonna have the one little offshoots, but dig deeper and go into each individual city, which you have links for that for each for the chamber, for the cities, and then you can go in there and see more of what goes on more of a daily basis in the community. And stuff,
Yeah, and it's great because the more we can get those types of events in the calendar, the more draw it's going to help create for people wanting to come here.
Yeah, and you look at Piru, you have the lake, you have Rancho Camulos. They're always doing events and doing different things there. Fillmore, they said they have the big fireworks stuff coming up. They have some, and they do some other smaller events too that bring people into the community. So.
Now, I saw a post, and I don't know if this is new or old, but their historical museum is now open.
Yes.
Has it been open for a while?
It's been open, yeah, but now they're getting a little more active in what's going on.
Okay.
It kind of goes in lulls with them, but I know if you've never been to that museum, you should go. It's actually a really cool little area. It's got a cool little plaza. There's a lot of history there. It's right next to City Hall, so it's it's where the Fillmore train station is.
Oh,
it's all that little plaza area right there.
Nice.
But it's really cool. I know they recently did a video. They had a video. Was that one you showed on it too, or that Heritage Valley? But there was a video I saw on that. I take it back. It was for the grant stuff we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
But it was a cool video that showcased everything that they had. So Fillmore's got a good, a couple good attractions. They have a winery,
So we went down because the Fillmore Town Theater had a magician there, and he's really good. And so me and a buddy went down to go see the show and just to support the theater. And it's the buildings downtown. I mean, they're really nice structures. There's a lot of nice structures in there.
Yeah,
and it's got a really cool vibe.
Yeah,
it's just they got to get it ignited like we did in Santa Paula.
Yeah, it's a smaller footprint than like you see in Santa Paula. It's only a couple blocks,
right?
But it's got this real cool charm to it. It's a little more intimate.
Yeah,
it's got just one lane each way. It's got the parking. It's a lot smaller than our downtown here in Santa Paula, but there's some good shops. There's some good restaurants.
Yeah.
There's a bakery. Rowan Mills is just up, just right outside of there too.
The City Hall is gorgeous.
City Hall, that whole area is really cool. But yeah, it just needs to. It's this little lull, and we're trying to support too, and say how we can help it grow, just kind of like what we've done with Santa Paula.
Right.
And it takes time, and every city goes through this. But they're probably going to put new banners downtown there. They're going to do some. I know they're working on some other improvements downtown. The city's been really good about working with hearing from the businesses and trying to see if they can put some programs in place. They've had a facade program there. They've had some other things going on there. So we've met with them, and we've kind of given some of our thoughts too, and see how we can support through our chamber, since they don't have a chamber of commerce.
Right.
So, and then we did talk a little bit about tourism. So we're trying to see how we can help support and bring people into the community as well. So part of our whole valley approach.
Right.
But yeah, so they need a little support too, and
right.
And they'll get there.
A little love.
Piru's making some great changes. The Piru Mansion's being reopening again, and they've got a great coffee shop. They've got some good restaurants there. So they're growing too. So everybody's making this concentrated effort here in the valley to make this a destination place.
Yeah.
So our valley sometimes is that forgotten area of the county that you see everybody goes along the beach, which is great. It's fantastic, but there's some great things inland too on our area, along the 101 over there, Thousand Oaks and Westlake and all that. Same thing. They've got some great things there also.
Yeah.
Ojai, Ojai is kind of tied into what we're doing too, and so But everybody, when they come to Ventura County, they think of the beach.
Right.
And so it's like, no, there's other great things. There's hiking trails, there's, lakes and everything. So great campgrounds all over the place,
Yeah.
So,
And and Lake Piru it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you haven't been lately, and then we got not only Lake Piru, we got Lake Casitas. So there's 2 great lakes on the north end of our county, So there's just a lot of things, bike trails, hiking trails, there's a lot of things happening in our area. Just in the valley here, there's so many different things to do. We just got to get better highlighting and supporting it.
Sure.
So don't forget about us.
Yeah. Well, in order to learn more about that, you can go to the heritagevalleyca.org.
Yep.
And click on the events calendar. You can also check out the chamber.
SantaPaulaChamber.com.
And if you want to find out what we're up to, you can go to thomagic.org.
Yep. And you can also go to the city with the 2 cities' websites in Fillmore and Santa Paula.
Yep.
And
which, by the way, you can get to from the Heritage Valley website.
Link.
There are links going directly to them.
And Piru also.
As well as Piru.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things happening. And even if, people that live here in the valley, support our local, communities.
Even people that live here don't have a clue as to everything that's going on here.
Yeah.
And that's where,
yeah. And there's a lot of great channels to get the information. The Heritage Valley site, the Chamber site, both cities and
Facebook,
Instagram, TikTok. Now you're starting to see that. And then, we have a great newspaper, the Santa Paula Times here, that does a great job providing what's going on in the community. And the Fillmore Gazette is another one. Their newspaper, they put all the events that are going on in the community as well. So there's a lot of great resources. There's no way you cannot know what's happening in our community,
right?
Unless you just choose
unless you're not connected.
Yeah. But there's a great thing. The Santo Niño de Toche, that's the church, Guadalupe Church, is doing. So there's a big procession that's happening over this next week, also through the Catholic Church. So we're going to have just tons of people coming into our community from outside of the count of our area, out of Ventura County, and this is an annual, like a pilgrimage that they do.
Oh, nice.
And so, but it's bringing in thousands of people into our community over the next couple weeks or next week. So we're doing our best to get the word out and get people here. And when they're here, we hope they support all of our restaurants and shops and everything. So
sure.
Go to a museum. The museums. Ag Museum's free all year, so you can go in there, take your family in there. There's a lot of great things to do for the family too.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Lots happening.
There is, and that's our show. So
holiday weekend, got plenty to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we return next Wednesday, we'll see if I've lost any weight.
Yeah, we should put a scale in here and have you just check in every week.
Do a weigh-in.
Yeah. I'm surprised Julie doesn't monitor that, So,
I actually have a scale in the bathroom over there.
There you go. Does it electronically feed to her phone?
I got to do it naked though.
Oh no,
I'm out. I don't step on with clothes because that's depressing.
I didn't need to hear that. I don't think the listeners needed to hear that either. So, wow, way to drop our ratings right there. No.
Who knows? Might pick them up.
You might pick up a few though, so you never know.
Some of those more mature viewers might find me kind of handsome.
You know how many people are right now going on looking up you and see if there's pictures of you on a scale? That's a scary thought.
All right, everybody.
Anyway,
we will see you all next week. We're going to try to get our commander on the show here one of these days.
Yeah, soon.
Give him, especially give a good update about the fireworks and everything too.
Yeah.
So we will see y'all next week. Stay safe and enjoy your what holiday is this?
Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, that one.
Wow. Okay.
Enjoy your weekend. We're out.